Grahamstown's National Arts Festival is home to playwrights, musicians, fine artists, actors and performers, and even famous cartoonists. Jonathan Shapiro, or better known as Zapiro, is on his 8th visit to the festival and comments on its vibrance despite difficult conditions.
I arrived when it was kind of rainy and a little bit quiet, late Sunday morning, and I was wondering whether it was vibing as much as it has been in the past, but then things have picked up a lot, and I've seen some wonderful stuff. Been really, really busy. A little different kind of thing for me. I'm with my family, so I'm not racing around to 1 million productions as I used to. I've been at the festival many times, but I've seen some wonderful stuff.
But Shapiro did not spend all his time wandering around the festival. He also gave a presentation that shed his insight into some of the core issues that surround freedom of expression and censorship of the media in South Africa.
So what are the problems? The problems at the moment are obviously the Protection of Information Bill and the potential of the Media Appeals Tribunal. These are both ANC initiatives, and they're both very dangerous.
At the moment, we are seeing the very organization which has brought in the best of our freedoms and the most freedom that we've had, which is the ANC. We're seeing the ANC losing faith in freedom of expression and in transparency, and trying to cover up for abuses that are happening for some of the people within the movement who've gone bad or decided that they've got to cover their tracks. And that is what we've got to fight. And unfortunately, those tendencies are happening a lot, and they're reflected in the freedom of the Protection of Information Bill, even though it's been tempered a bit recently. And these tendencies are also reflected in the Media Tribunal initiative. The problem with the Protection of Information Bill, which is not a law yet, is that it is trying to have as many things classified and made secret and made top secret as possible, so that we as a country don't have access to that information that we should have access to. There's a little bit of leeway at the moment, because they have now said that it's mostly the intelligence and military stuff that is going to be concentrated on. And that is only because civil society and media have fought against the bill in its earlier form. The other important thing is that they are saying there will be no public interest override clause. In other words, no matter how important you as an individual say it is for you to get this information out or have it in your possession or publish it, because it's important to the whole country. Let's say it's about the arms deal, let's say it's about corruption at the highest level. They are saying it doesn't matter, we can still put you in jail if you have that information or if you publish it. So that's the other crux. And the last thing is how wide the range of officials is who can declare something secret or classified or top secret or whatever. And the point there is that is a recipe for corruption.
Shapiro also warned against the movement for the Media Appeals Tribunal, something media workers and activists of freedom of expression fear.
The thing about a tribunal is that it would be a body outside of the press, which is anathema to a free press. You can't have a body outside of the press controlling and arbitrating over the press, over the media. That is just not what happens in proper, transparent, free democracies.
If these initiatives to curb the press and to curb transparency do go through, that is a major step backwards for democracy and for the fantastic democracy that we have had since 1994. It really is. I mean, transparency and accountability are absolute pillars of any really true democratic society, and we have to fight for that. If you look around you here at the festival and you see how many great stand-up comedians there are and how much really funny stuff there is, people taking the piss out of society and taking the piss out of the politicians and being irreverent about things that are seen as important. Also being irreverent about things that are difficult to talk about. If you look around and see how much of that there is, you'll know that it's impossible to suppress it. Those of us in society who are interested in kind of getting into that gray area and playing around are going to do that whatever happens. So even though I feel there is a threat to our whole democracy by trying to shut down freedom of expression, it's not going to work because there are too many satirists, cartoonists, commentators. Basically, the cat is out of the bag and you can't get it back in again. So I think that this festival is part of what people must use to, keep on doing what we're doing.
Zapiro currently faces 2 court cases from President Jacob Zuma. This is Kyle Robinson, reporting for cueTV, Grahamstown.